Hey, this is Rick from FreedFromWork, and this is a weekly update of my journey to financial freedom. You know right now, I know it's just after Christmas by the time you see this video. Today's the 26th, but this week was really about things that were going on with work and Christmas. And then there's a few things with the website I want to tell you about, several of the websites. But what happened this week, I knew Christmas was going to be busy, and it's not just being busy, but sometimes my family and just from the past and everything, there's just times they're saying, Rick, quit working, quit doing videos, quit creating articles, quit editing stuff. I'm like, okay, you know, because so sometimes when your family says don't do something or do something, you're like, yep, whatever, bye. But other times when they say stuff, you got to listen. So this week, I knew it was going to be important. So what I was doing this week was I was getting a lot of videos and articles written early in the week. I mean, starting from the weekend before Christmas and during this week, every time I got home, I was just getting a lot of stuff done. And that really freed me up over Christmas to relax with my family. I did a few things around Christmas, but on Christmas Eve, on Christmas, I really did take the whole day off. Now, I did wake up at 5 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and it wasn't because of presents. I just couldn't sleep, and so I got up and there was a video I really wanted to finish editing. It was actually a YouTube short. So I already had the video done. I was just condensing it. And so I did that from about 5 to 6:30 in the morning. Then I went back to sleep. And so, you know, that was on Christmas Day. But, you know, I fit it in when people weren't needing me and didn't even know I was doing anything. So that was one thing leading up to Christmas that was happening this week. Another thing that happened was I was not given a promotion, but I was assigned a new project. And I'm a roadway engineer. And I'm not going to say who I work with, but I do a lot of highways, mainly highways around all over North America. And I was assigned another project, and this project has a fairly big roadway team to it. Plus there's drainage and there's structures and geotech. And there's a lot of people I have to communicate with, and it's just kicking off. And it's going to go for the next 11 months or so. And that started really happening this week. Even though things aren't really supposed to kick off for another week and a half or two, things started happening, and people were asking for things. And some of the team members that I already have, and they were adding more, but they're being pushed already. And some people are on vacation through Christmas and New Year's. But I could see already that this project is going to be very intense. And I mean, fun, but demanding. And this is a pursuit. So we don't have the project where we're going after it to win it. But I can already see what's going to be happening. So part of this, what's going on in my head is I have things when I get home in the evenings and on the weekends that I do for these websites and creating YouTube channels. Or not so much the channels, but the YouTube videos. But when I get busy and maybe I'm working late from my day job and it bleeds over into the evening and what I want to do here for building my own business, it starts to affect me. And it doesn't take away from my family, because I still am going to spend time with my family. But it takes away from me being able to create articles and videos. So all that's starting to play into my mind right now. And to tell you the truth, I'm a little concerned, because this week between Christmas and New Year's will still be pretty laid back as we get up to speed on this project. But it's going to get busy. So I know, you know, again, this is a journey that I'm on, and this is what I'm dealing with right now. But I think many of you should be able to relate with this. You'll be going along, everything's rocking, and you're just killing it. And all of a sudden something happens. Could be good, could be bad. In this case for me it was good. But now this good thing is I'm having to deal with balancing my life better than ever. And you know, now I'm going to be okay, time management, or the staff I have, and making sure they don't get too busy, and that we can, at the end of the day, make sure we get our job done, but yet go home and have our own personal life. That's one thing that's really happening this week. That's a real issue for me. So again, what I did was I prepped this week by getting all the videos and articles done early, took some time off over Christmas, and now I'm back. My wife right now is upstairs watching a video. I won't say what kind of video, but it's a Hallmark Christmas video. And so I'm going to be going up there and watching a video with her, and I just told her, I said, give me 30 minutes. I got to go make this video. And really, I don't have an article to write with it. It's just a video with a little video edit. So Christmas is still going on, and then New Year's is coming up, and so I'm still in that zone of getting things done yet spending time with family. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about a few of the websites and some things that are going on. A couple websites are going okay, and they're growing still, subscribers and views and all that, but two in particular are just really stepping out. And that's not FreedFromWork. FreedFromWork is going to take a while for me to continue to upload videos, for you to continue to see my journey and to see success along the way. So I'm not talking about FreedFromWork right now. It's Hiking Emergency Beacon and Camping with Mike and Rick. I'll have all that stuff, information on the screen and in the description below if you want to check it out. Hiking Emergency Beacon up till this week had the most views, and I'm just saying in the past 28 days. Google, not Google. Google owns YouTube, but YouTube in the last 28 days analytics is what I'm referring to. And in the last 28 days, Hiking Emergency Beacon has the most views, and I think it's around 17 or 18,000 views for the month. And then I've got about 4,000 hours of watch time. And then I'm growing subscribers. I'm growing about, I would say, average of 4 to 5 a day. And I'm up to, I think, 760 or so right now. But here's the interesting thing about Hiking Emergency Beacon is, let me give you a little background. Last summer in 2021, and these numbers are not going to surprise you or make you happy or think it's awesome and say, I'm going to go start building websites. Again, it comes back to the analytics, what I'm building, and people have to put in time. What I've seen, majority of us have to put in time, and over, say, a 3 to 4 year period, then your numbers will just start taking off. If you're consistent, you put great content out, it will take off. You don't even have to be great. I mean, I can't even talk. I can't say great, right? But you don't have to be perfect. Be yourself and have great content, and over time, you can make it. Now, what does make it mean? Don't know. How long will it take? I don't know. I don't know that for myself either. My wife and I were just talking about that today, and I told her, I said, I know what's happening, and I know I'm going to make it. And she's like, well, how much are you going to make or when? And I was like, I don't know, but I know I'm going to make it. Getting back to the timeline, in the summer of 2021, I was making about $40, $50, $40, $60 a month on Hiking Emergency Beacon, and I know you guys are like, another channel, somebody who's making money. Stick with me, because I will make a bunch of money someday. And I'll be telling you my journey and just showing you so that you can do stuff too. Because this is not an easy business. You have to consistently put in the time, and you got to create the content, and you got to keep learning. So it was about $40 to $60 a month last year. Then this summer, 2022, I was making about $80 to $95 to $100 a month. It varies, but it jumped almost double from last summer to this summer. And then when I started seeing in the fall here, I was hitting $100 to $120 a month in the last 3-4 months. All of a sudden now, and I really wasn't going to say all this and tell you guys all this information, but it's not a lot of money. But again, it's the analytics and it's the change. Now, when I start making a bunch of money, I probably won't tell you all that. I'll give you some ideas, but I won't tell you all that personal stuff. But this month, and it might be because of Christmas, and this is what I have to hold off on and wait. But this month on Hiking Emergency Beacon alone, I was, I think, $215 or something for the month. Now, after this, in January, February, we'll see. Does it continue to grow? But here's what's happening over the last 2 years. And Hiking Emergency Beacon has been, I've created it 3 years ago. FreedFromWork was about 4 or 5 years ago, but I took about 2 years off. But on Hiking Emergency Beacon, I see this consistent climb in views, watch time, subscribers, and then money. They're both climbing. So again, you know, if I only get to a point where I can pay my bills off and go on some vacations and put some more money in retirement, but I still have to work as an engineer, fine. But I can be more relaxed and more at ease because I don't have this debt, and I'm being smarter with my money, and I have extra to do stuff with, and even be able to help other people. Let me switch over to camping with Mike and Rick. So with Mike and Rick Outdoors, that's the main channel, and we have mikeandrickoutdoors.com, which is only one website we have. But we have 4 YouTube channels right now, and we might go to 5 someday, and that might be RVs. So when we get into RVs, trailers, and all that, maybe. What we have right now is we have hunting with Mike and Rick, and it's not Mike and Rick Outdoors, it's hunting with Mike and Rick. Again, all this stuff will be on the screen and in the description. So hunting with Mike and Rick, fishing with Mike and Rick, camping with Mike and Rick, and 4-wheel with Mike and Rick. 4-wheeling with Mike and Rick is the newest one, and Mike's the only one that has the ATV right now, so that's just in its infancy. But what I'm seeing right now, and I was really shocked today, every video and every article I have is on mikeandrickoutdoors.com and on Mike and Rick Outdoors as a YouTube channel. But all of a sudden, just the camping with Mike and Rick, I don't know why, it's only camping. Okay, so the hunting's only hunting, fishing's only fishing, but the camping, it now beat my views over Hiking Emergency Beacon. Hiking Emergency Beacon is beating everything, was beating everything in December. Now, camping with Mike and Rick is now, I think, 18,000 views. This month, I think it was 5,000 hours or 4,500 or 5,000 hours of watch time. And I'm growing about 9 to 10 subscribers every day. And so, again, those videos on Camping with Mike and Rick are also, sorry, the videos that are with, yeah, Camping with Mike and Rick are also on Mike and Rick Outdoors. But it's the camping what's taken off. This is one thing that if you guys, any of you are building online businesses and YouTube channels, or you're interested, it's crazy because you do the same thing on one channel. It could be social media, it could be different YouTube channels, it could be different websites. You do the very same thing and you get different results. So I've heard some people who have said, oh man, make sure you duplicate content or you have more than one site or more than one YouTube channel. And that's actually not as hard as you think, because as on Mike and Rick Outdoors, what we're doing, I create it there first. I put the article on the website, I create the video on Mike and Rick Outdoors, then I just copy the same video with all the same information in the description, minus a few things, but it's pretty much the same thing, and I put it on Camping with Mike and Rick or Hunting with Mike and Rick. So it doesn't take a whole lot more time, because as I make the videos and stuff, as I'm doing it, sometimes I'm doing it on 2 different screens and I upload them at the same time. But it's really interesting. And why? You know, it's that analogy of you spit wads on the wall or bubble gum on the wall, whatever you want to say, and you're just going to see which ones hit and stick. Not that they don't hit, but which one sticks and stays up and does the best. And it's really just this whole, it's not just a journey that I'm on, it's also this informational, educational journey of learning about, you know, you can put up the very same content, and a different person puts up the same content. And maybe there are, you know, 1,000, 100,000 views, and I get 1,000 views. It's just an interesting dynamic, so you got to work through it. And I'm working through it. And I'm already going a little longer than I want to go in this video, but that's really what's going on this week. It's dealing with Christmas. Now New Year's coming up, and a new promotion or a new project at work that's not interfering, but causing changes in my life and how I am going to balance this. I'm just going to have to get better at managing my time and maybe more efficient with how I do things. I'm actually looking at outsourcing some things now, and I've contacted a couple people. One, I'm asking somebody to take a look at if they will do, we'll look at a logo for me on Hiking Emergency Beacon, or is it FreedFromWork? Anyway, one of those sites, I'm having somebody look at a logo rather than me doing the logo, which I've already done, but them improving on it. Another thing I've asked somebody to take a look at, and we're discussing now, is the video edit. So I can create a video just like I'm here right now creating this video, where Mike and I are out hunting or fishing, and we're gathering the video, we're collecting the video, and then when I get back I upload it and somebody else does the video edit who is a professional, or just at least way better than I am, or has more time than I am. So that's something else that's coming up that I'm thinking about and dealing with. But I have to be careful, because as the numbers you're seeing I'm talking about that I'm making, I don't have enough money to just go pay somebody who's a professional to go edit all my videos, or I'd go broke. Eventually it won't be the case, but I have to ease into this. I have to find the right people. And I took a chance with somebody to help me on a logo online. Didn't cost me a lot of money. What I got back was not, okay, it was worth the money, but it didn't give me what I wanted. So I do know that I got to find the right people. I'm going to have to pay them the right amount of money to get what I want when I start outsourcing. So those are the things that are happening this week. It's, you will not unless they say it's really exciting and fantastic and I got $1 million sale. No, none of that's going on. But I'm still watching those analytics carefully. I try not to watch them too much, but I keep building as good as I can, quality content, and writing articles and creating videos, and doing still all the editing myself and uploading myself. But I see what's going on. I see these next steps I need to take and want to take, and it's just a journey. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.